All right, hi, beautiful. Monique Head here. I'm here with another special guest. And you know what? As I'm doing these introductions or like these sort of success stories, I feel like I should have a title for them, but I don't. So today I want to introduce you to a friend and a member of my program, Nicole P. Nicole, hi.
Hello, Mo.
So you know what? I was a little, as I shared this with you, I wasn't sure how I should say this, but Nicole and I are actually friends. Like we went to law school together. And I'm sharing this because, you know, when friends decide to invest and pay the full rate for something like for transformational work, this is where I get to toot my horn a little bit and say, Monique, you're onto something and you're creating results and imparting and it's a good thing. So Nicole and I are friends. We hang out.
Yeah.
And now she's here and she's such a great ambassador for the brand and for the program. So I'm excited that she's here to be able to share her story openly with you. And let's get started. So Nicole, first of all, thank you for being so open and so willing to share.
My pleasure.
So tell me, so what was going on before? What was going on before you decided to enroll? Because I know we talked about kind of enrolling before. We had to, wait a little bit. So what was going on in your life?
I would say the most pressing issue that I had was lack of confidence, and in turn, I think that directly impacted my perception of men and maybe my perspective on dating and having a successful love life. But mainly, yeah, lack of confidence.
Yeah, yeah. So lack of confidence, perception, like were you seeing anyone at all? Or, give us a little bit.
Situationship.
Yeah.
For the last like 4 or 5 years, and I was having trouble with letting go of that, and just the uncertainty around whether I would attract someone else and be able to, forge a relationship with a new person.
Mm-hmm. So why did you decide to enroll? Like why? Like we're friends, you know what I'm saying? And so I used to talk about, what I'm doing in my work and with my clients, and you have access to me. Why did you decide to enroll?
I think I was just at a point in my life where I was just tired of the same old thing. I always, as you stated, you kept me informed of what you were doing with your work, and I believed in what you were doing. I also was impressed with the knowledge that you had, and how you really are an expert in this. Like you're not just, reading a couple books and then proclaiming to be a love coach. Like you really study this, and the fruits of your labor are present in your own life. Like you're married with a baby. So that coupled with me just being sick and tired of being sick and
tired. Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say something as you were speaking and it just lost me. Fruits of the labor, not just reading and kind of spewing other stuff. So, well, never mind. Hopefully it will come back to me, girl.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what else. So did you have any resistance at all? And if so, like, how did you overcome it?
I wouldn't necessarily characterize it as resistance. But I know we had spoke before I actually decided to enroll, and I know I was telling you that my personal goal, or I wouldn't define success as, at the conclusion of the program, I end up in a relationship with someone. So I don't know if that could be characterized as resistance. But
so you're saying that wasn't your personal goal to be in a
that wasn't my personal goal. And I know, the title of the program is Attract the Man That You Want. But that wasn't my personal end goal. So I don't know if that's if you would consider that to be resistance. If not, then no, I didn't have any resistance at that point when
Yeah.
I chose.
I'm curious, were there like any other obstacles? Because you didn't. Well, here's why I'm asking this, because sometimes when I'm having conversations, and so women are watching the videos and they may find me on YouTube, and so it's like, oh, Monique, I've been following you for some time, and I was really afraid to reach out. Like, what kind of did you experience any struggles or any obstacles that prevented you from enrolling, like that first conversation? And if so, how did you overcome it?
Um, Probably money. That would be.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I will say that I did have a thought of, what others would think about me. What would be the perception of somebody, a woman, and enrolling in a program like this? Oh, what's wrong with her? She can't get a man on her own. But I quickly dismissed that because I think, as I said, my end goal wasn't, to end up in a relationship. For me, it was more about the life skills and just trying to build my confidence. So,
Mhm. Yeah, I want to go back to that. Like, money can be really, like, a lot of women, it's a significant investment, right? And so money can be an issue, as well as, can I do this on my own? Like, am I even supposed to get help? Isn't this just supposed to happen anyway? So
mhm.
let's take it one. So in terms of the money, right? What was it about? Like, what made you kind of say, like, okay, there's like a money, maybe a little resistance to the investment, but you overcame that. Like, what did that take? Like, how did you make that happen? And what was inside you to say, look, I'm still going for this?
I just really evaluated my life and how I was frivolous with other things that really didn't have any tangible results, or nothing of substance came from it. So I'm like, if I could spend $3,000 on a handbag, just being transparent and not in a bragging way. But I'm just like, if I could spend that much on something like that, surely I can invest in something that will um, yield tangible results and make me feel better, like on the inside, something with some substance. So I think once I took on that perspective, it was easy for me to make the investment.
Yeah, yeah. And what about, that's real? Because I'm like, Nicole, girls, I was like, she got that look for it. What's new today? I love it. I love it. So what about, I like what you said too, Nicole, about, what's the perception? Can I even share this with people? What if they know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, that can be a real concern.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, we all need coaches for everything. I don't have a coach for every area of my life, but for the major parts, in terms of health, in terms of spirituality, in terms of business. Well, I can't say I have a spiritual coach. I have a pastor because I go to church. But I have accountability partners. And so I need people. I need to be a part of a committed community where people who I feel are investing like me, and I can't just be around people who are talking about it, but people who are putting their money where their mouth is. And so I know that we are in this like-minded thing together. And that way we are serving as a catalyst. It's like this fellowship to help me get to my next level. And I'm saying that because I'm curious about, what was it for you that helped you get over that perception of, do I even need this? Like, what are people going to think about
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you overcome that?
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be honest, and
Girl, you know what? Be honest, right?
and I'll take the judgment from the viewers. But when I evaluated my close circle and their relationships, I'm like, hell, they could use a coach. So I'm looking like, I'm gonna do this because I don't want to end up in a situation like you.
And that's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
that's exactly how I overcame that. Like, I do have a very good friend that I talked about this program with prior to joining, and she's married. and her husband, he kind of smirked and probably said something sarcastic about it. But when I look at them, I'm just like, y'all could have probably used some coaching. So I and I'm not one who is caught up on what other people may think. I'm past that. Like, I'm not gonna say the thought didn't creep into my mind. It did, but it was easy for me to dismiss it, simply because, like I said, I'm looking at those people and I'm like, you don't have what I'm looking for. So what you think about this has no bearing on it because you're not even in a position to make a comment.
Right.
Like,
you're not even in the arena.
Right. Like, so yeah, that's pretty much how I overcame it. Just looking at my circle and like, I don't want what they have, and I don't want to have that the mentality. I was really looking for a mindset shift, and so I think when you are serious about and you really want a change, it really doesn't matter what other people think, and you just do it. That's kind of where I was.
That's it, yeah. So let's talk about these shifts and the mindset change, because you mentioned that you weren't really getting the man at the end wasn't the thing that you really wanted. It wasn't your top priority, but you knew that you were on your way because you really want to be prepared for this, right? And
Right.
So let's talk about some of those results. Like, what's happened for you since? What are we celebrating? What are some things that you're doing now, that you weren't doing before? So I would love to hear some of the results that you feel you gained from our work together.
I'm celebrating definitely being more confident in myself, and that permeates throughout every aspect of my life. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an attorney, and I can just see how I'm more confident in my work. Really holding myself out as an expert and believing that. And as on the personal side, the confidence shows up when I encounter and interact with men. I can make eye contact, I can smile and hold a conversation without, being like a nervous wreck. And I actually did that this morning on the way out. One of my neighbors stopped me and we talked for a while. And I just was able to notice the growth, how I was able to look him in his face and, converse and just and not have no attachment to the end, but just be relaxed and okay about it. I thought about that, and once I got in the car I was like, okay. Look at you, girl. So, and then just not having the mentality, because I will say prior to joining the program I did have attack thoughts or fears of, man, I'm gonna be by myself. I'm probably meant to be by myself. I keep attracting like bums. But like what I'm most proud of and what I'm celebrating most is how I do not have that mentality. Like, I definitely have hope. I am looking forward to the day when I meet the man of my dreams. Since being in the program, I have been asked out several times, and not necessarily by guys that I want to end up with, but just having that interaction with the man and, being asked out, just thinking positively about it. Like, okay, it's something is on the way, as opposed to beforehand, what the hell why would he think he could, approach me?
Yes. I was going to ask you about that too. Like, what were you doing before? Because we've had conversations about, I just sit there like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to wait and create the shifts. But that's major. Like, that's major. That's major for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. I love what you said about maybe I'm meant to be single, right? So rather than resigning yourself to that mindset, I'm hearing now that you have a new belief, right? There's a new identity that's within you, and it's like, listen, I'm believing that my man is out there and you're like totally preparing yourself. You're feeling confident in your journey to have what you want. That's the main thing. Feeling confident in your journey to have love, releasing that fear, releasing those unwanted beliefs, and really showing up in a different way so that you can interact with men differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what would you say about the community, like the other women who are in the program with you?
I don't have a problem with them.
Well, I know that.
Like, it was something different for me because I know, like a while ago when we talked about the program, I was like, well, not necessarily this program, but the Feminine Allure Academy, and I was like, well, I think I want to do one-on-one. You were like, no, I think you would benefit most from, a community of women and having an opportunity to fellowship with other like-minded people. And so I would say there was a benefit to that, to just know that you're not alone in this. Excuse me, you're not alone on this journey, and hearing other people's stories, and drawing strength from them as well. Yeah.
Because I know you're introverted. You're just like,
yeah, I am.
Like, well, I just need you, Monique.
Yeah, I am an introvert. Yes. But yeah, I was happy to hear the other women's stories, and like how similar we were, and just seeing everybody making progress. It was encouraging and inspiring, so yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to go back to the confidence, the new mindset, engaging with men without freaking out, without feeling nervous, and without the like, who are you to talk to me? What aspects of the program do you feel really helped you to get those kind of results?
I would say the trainings, and having an opportunity to apply what was being taught. And when I say like God presented the opportunity immediately, it's like, whoa, like the test is quick and real. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, there's momentum being created.
But yeah, like I think from the first lesson, you just become more aware of, men, and that they're looking at you, and how to respond. So I absolutely believe it was the trainings and the opportunities to apply what was being taught.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you, so if a woman is watching this video and she's like, I really want to do it. I want to have a conversation with Monique, and I think I want to do work with her, one of her programs, but I'm kind of scared, or I'm really on the fence, or I've never invested in a coach. I don't know what to expect. Like, what would you tell her? She wants to do it. She's considering, I should say, but she's also on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to her?
I would say, one, get clear about what it is that you want. And I believe once you are clear on that, the apprehension goes away, because here's my goal, and here's what it would take to get to that point. Again, I consider you to be an expert, because you have the proof and the evidence is there, just looking at your life. So, I would say, get clear. And once you are clear and you know that I'm ready for a change, just do it.
Yeah. Would you? Well, I know that you would. Would you recommend the program to your friends? That
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yes. I have recommended the program to my friends.
Yeah.
Shoot, I even have some of my married friends wishing they could get in the program.
We gonna come. I'm gonna do that. Like I said, I foresee myself working with new wives, 5 years and under, going forward. That's gonna come. That's gonna come. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
such a great brand ambassador, Nicole. Like, and I'm
I
grateful.
hope so. I hope yes.
And I'm grateful for this too because when you wanted to enroll, I was kind of freaked out a little bit. And
Hmm.
I told John, I was like, I don't know if there's going to be conflict of interest. I don't want this to interfere with our friendship. And he was like,
Hmm.
you got this. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I can totally do this. Like, this is it. So
Hmm.
I'm grateful too, and I'm so happy that you're able to share and that we get to talk about this stuff. And so we're taking our conversations to another level too. So I'm just excited for all the shifts that are happening within you and smiling. Even what we talked about right before we pressed the record button, like it's happening for you, girl. It's like you're on the right track already.
Hmm.
So big hugs to you, sending you lots of love. I absolutely adore you. And
Likewise, yes.
thank you, thank
Everybody
you.
know I'm crazy about Mo.
So is there anything else like that you would say before we close out?
No, the only thing, because when I was talking to a couple of my girlfriends over the weekend about the program, and I'm sure the viewers, they, what, do you have a man now? I am not in a committed relationship, but since being in the program, I have had several men ask me out. So, if that's how you want to gauge whether it's worth it, it absolutely is. I have been asked out by, and one of my friends was like, the same type of guys? No, not the same type of guys.
Yeah.
Um, definitely better quality men, entrepreneurs, successful guys or whatever. So I want to make that disclaimer that, I'm not in a relationship with anyone, but since being in the program, I have been asked out by several different guys, and I'm excited about my dating life.
Yeah, that's real. Thank you for sharing that too. Because a lot of women say, "Well, what's your success rate?" And you got a man, and it's like I don't even know how to answer that because every woman is different. One
Mhm.
wants confidence, and one wants more dates. One
Mhm.
wants to be able to let her like reveal her heart and let her guard down. Another one wants to be able to trust herself to make the right decision. So, my success with this program is like you're gonna if you follow the system, if you follow my signature approach, I have a 7-step approach, then you follow the system, you do the work, and you show up, you're going to go out on at least 2 days within the 9 weeks. So
Mhm.
thank you for sharing because that is real. That's real. I appreciate that. So listen up. If you're watching this video and you can totally relate to Nicole and you want to have a conversation, right? I would love to be able to speak with you. My calendar is open to focused women only who are ready and committed to meet their Mr. Right. So let's see if this program, Attract the Man That You'll Want, which is my new signature 9-week quick start, is something that would be a good fit for you. So you can click the link below, and that will send you to a training, or you can go to feminineallure.co/apply. That's feminineallure.co/apply. And let's set up a time to talk. If you're totally ready and committed and you're focused, like it's your time, I would love to support you. So thank you so much, Nicole. I'm sending you
Thanks
lots of
for
love.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Y'all take care.